It's a lightweight bout between Tony Ferguson and Charles Oliveira. Well, this guy has truly made the takedown a thing of beauty in mixed martial arts. With respect to yourself and George St. Pierre and the truly great takedown artists, this guy's closing the gap and entering that company in the eyes of many.
Oh, absolutely, because he's done such a great job of timing takedowns. I haven't seen anyone so good at slipping a jab into a takedown since George St. Pierre.
Right.
He does a phenomenal job of getting from step one to step two before his opponent even realizes now he's in on my leg. And if they do get their hips back, immediately he's up into a foot sweep or a headlock or an inside trip. It's just so many different ways for him to get you to the floor that he will throw every single one at you every single time.
And a lot of fighters talk about that wrestling maintenance and how hard it is, right, over the course of a career to continue to drill those things. He talks a lot about that, and that's why he's continued to realize success here in the UFC. Well, with respect to Justin Gaethje and anyone else you want to throw in the mix, this is about as watchable a fighter as we have on the UFC roster, the former interim lightweight champion, El Cucuy, Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson is just nasty, from the elbows that he lands on the feet to on the back, the submission ability that he possesses. One of the most diverse strikers in the UFC, and with a college wrestling background, every time you step foot in the octagon with Ferguson, you know that you have your hands full.
And there's some fighters who just don't like training, right? Frank Mir would always say, I don't like to train. Tony Ferguson loves to train. He'll go 5 or 6 hours hard.
That's crazy.
And from a work ethic standpoint, few guys are going to be able to match that. And now our tail of the tape for this lightweight scrap. Ferguson is 6 years his senior. He is 1 inch taller. He will have a 2-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the particulars, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 32 wins, 8 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Charles Oliveira. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a freestyle fighter, holding a professional record of 26 wins, 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Orange County, California, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.
You've been given your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it official.
Ready. You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, folks, round 1 is underway. Good to have you with us tonight. This could be a very technical fight, and if you are someone who likes the jiu-jitsu game, this is not a fight you want to miss.
We've got a different audience tonight, because when this one was announced, the whole entire jiu-jitsu world took notice. They said, wow, we get to watch these 2 fighters compete in the UFC. It's something we've wanted for years. Just has to happen in the octagon. It did not happen in a jiu-jitsu competition, but they're more than happy to tune in and watch this great fight.
Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time.
All right, he's in a half-guard position here, DC, and in a good spot to dole out a lot of damage, I would think.
A lot of damage can be done from the half guard. You sit back on that leg, you press down into your opponent, you drop elbows, you drop punches. What is very key is you controlling the underhook on the far side. If you give up that underhook, your opponent can use the half guard to build up to an elbow, sweep, or just chase down a single hook.
All right, side control now. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Man, this is some serious ground and pound here, DC. He's not just staying busy for the sake of staying busy. These strikes are doing damage.
Oh, yeah, no pity pat to this guy. This guy's trying to land, and he's trying to land effective strikes.
Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Oliveira. Oh, his opponent squirming like a fish out of water now. The ground and pound is on point. This could very well be the beginning of the end.
This could be the beginning of the end. We've seen some really good ground and pound fighters. This young man is as good as any we've ever seen.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. All right, close guard now. Man, look how flexible those legs are. He's got him in rubber guard. I don't think I could do that.
I mean, John, don't sell yourself short. You just might be able to do it, but if you do, John, you're doing it with the idea that you're slowing everything down as a defensive fighter. There are submissions, right? There are submissions, but they're very rare submissions that we don't see used very often in the UFC.
Oliveira's back in half guard. Just over 2 minutes, round one. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Ferguson. Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard. Now into his mount.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Well, you know he's comfortable fighting off of his back.
He got his foot on the hip, and now he's throwing up a triangle attempt. He's going to try to move his left arm across to get pressure on the choke. Oh, wow. Oh! No, he moves it to his arm.
Yeah, not much purpose here defensively, and out tonight. All right, right into side control here, DC. Biggest difference between half guard and side control?
Well, side control to me feels like a little bit less control because now my legs aren't really doing anything anymore. Now I'm controlling you with my upper body. So I've got to be very, very aware. It's still advantageous, but it just seems a little more free-flowing than having something like a half guard.
How fun is this to watch as he continues to dole out damage with the ground and pound?
Take it back to the days of guys like Mark Coleman, just beating people up in the ground and pound. This guy is a throwback fighter. He's very fun to watch.
Yeah, the Godfather would be proud. A series of punches from the top here by Ferguson. He can truly do it all. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. All right, working inside the closed guard now. This is no safe place against this opponent. All right, so he's sort of turtled up here. Not great body language. Perhaps he's trying to bait him in a little bit. Second round, straight ahead. All right, here we go. Next round is underway. We saw one submission attempt in the previous round. He wasn't able to finish the job.
But he got to the position. You know that he's always looking for submission. Maybe the next time he'll get it in tight enough to find the finish. sneaky head kick.
So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. Whoa!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. Oh, he might have got him with a choke.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Ferguson. He can truly do it all. Oh, now trying to isolate an arm, DC.
He needs to move his hips back to cover. He cannot allow him on that angle. He's attacking armbar now. You got to recognize that when a guy starts to put his feet on your hips, you got to move him off, and you got to cover. You can't be off to an angle.
And this might just be a matter of time. Wow. All right, right into side control. Upper body strength figures to be put to good use here.
Yes, absolutely. And you got to look for his opponent to turn back into him. He should chase guillotine, but the opponent turns to the opposite side. He can take his back, throw his hooks in, try to choke, or flatten him out and just go for the finish.
All right, we'll see how he chooses to defend here. Well, he's staying pretty effective here, fighting off of his back. Nice strike landed there by the bottom by Oliveira. Strong bottom work here, staying busy. Ferguson's looking to pass here, denied by the opponent. Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Oh, and he's able to land a strike there from the bottom. Nicely done by Oliveira. Strong bottom work here, staying busy. Oh, he's got him in a crucifix now, DC. We've seen you go to this a couple times, no?
This is one of my favorite techniques. I got Volkan Ozdemir here, and I just landed punch after punch after punch. They didn't have to be hard, but if you can land 30, 40 strikes in a row, the referee will have no choice but to finish the fight.
All right, so pretty good damage here with the ground and pound. Nothing superficial about these strikes. They are intending to harm.
Oh yeah, he's landing very accurately, and he's landing to get damage on.
Maybe an opportunity to get a choke here.
Yeah, he lifts the head and goes under. Looks like he's trying to get a bulldog choke. Oh! You don't see this very often. Most times it happens at a family barbecue. The only time we've seen it in the octagon is Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren.
And this might just be a matter of time. Brilliant submission defense there. 90 seconds now to go in the round. All right, side control now. Oliveira's attempting to pass here, but he's denied by the defense. Well, hard to win fights in mixed martial arts from the bottom, but nice work here in that position by Ferguson. Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Good work from the top here by Oliveira.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
30 seconds to go. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Well, he's more than content to work off of his back, DC, where he has been a magician in his UFC career. Oh, wow, that happened quickly as the fighter reverses position there.
He's going to start looking to try to attack a rear naked choke, and that's exactly what he's doing. He is doing a really good job of relaxing. not panicking because he's
Oh,
getting
and there's the
choked.
horn at the end of the round. How about this fight, folks? You see, he was nearly caught in a submission there right at the end of the round. Saved by the bell. So back to the stool. Mentally probably not in a great place here. We'll see if he can recover and get himself back into this fight.
Esse round você acabou com ele. Olha, ele tá desistindo, dá pra ver. Largou a mão da luta. Só tá esperando você chegar junto e matar. You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Oh, significant strike attempt there, but a huge block.
Oh, that's a nice strike.
Nice connection there by Tony Ferguson. You're probably glad you never had to prepare for a fighter like this in your day.
I've never seen anything like that, and I'm not sure there's anyone like that going up in the weights. Tony Ferguson. Great movement on that double leg.
All right, operating inside the closed guard now. Working on a guillotine.
Watch guillotine. There it is.
Oh, what a beautiful counter to the guillotine there. Gets side mount, and now maybe the Von Flue choke will be there. Oven Prue has got to like that transition there. Posturing up now. The sheer will is really remarkable to watch. All right, full guard here, DC. What does he need to do to improve position?
Well, he's got to start to build his posture, get some damage off, move the half guard, which in turn leads to more opportunities for advancement. But if you're on the bottom, you got to anticipate those movements the moment he tries to move to the next position. You build a shield, get back to your feet, or dig an underhook to try to get a reversal or a sweep.
All right, some good ground and pound by him here, certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off of you. This guy is throwing punches to be effective, to throw damaging strikes. He's doing a fantastic job.
All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Well, not ideal to spend this much time on the bottom, but you can't fault him for his activity. Landing strikes here from the bottom. Nice work by Tony Ferguson. Oh, he postured up there, gained some valuable separation.
And now, the ground and pound starts.
All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Oliveira's lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken, but starting to show some obvious signs of swelling. All right, feet on the hips here. Well, you got to be working off of your back. He's certainly doing so here. Nice punch.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, what a right hand by this young man. He got his foot on the hip, and now he's throwing up a triangle attempt. He's going to try to move his left arm across to get pressure on the choke. Oh!
And this might just be a matter of time. Somehow stays in the fight. Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Oliveira. We'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here. Some high-level ground and pound here in DC. When you're throwing hammer fists like this, you're not trying to score. You're trying to finish the job.
You're not trying to score. You want to end the night of your opponent. And right now, that is exactly what he is trying to do.
Oliveira got caught by that elbow, or so it appeared. Yes, he did. Pretty good elbow there to the body by Ferguson. Side control now. Might be a submission attempt here, champ.
I mean, you cannot sit in a full guard. When you sit in the full guard, you give these guys so many opportunities.
Oh, really nice work to keep busy off of his back as he lands some more offense here for Bob. Closed guard here. He's very comfortable here working off of his back, DC.
He loaded up on that right hand, too.
El Cucuy gets caught by that elbow. It doesn't look like there's a cut, but he'd be wise to get those
Now
hands
he's
up.
attacking the triangle.
Triangle looks pretty tight, DC. I'm no Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but maybe not good here.
No, it looks like it's getting in deep. Oh, wow. Oh! Now he falls back into the finishing position.
Not tapping out tonight. All right, side control now, DC. When you get side control in a fight, what are you looking at?
When I get to the side control in the fight, and I believe this young man should do the same thing, it's secure first. Grab everything in tight. Make sure your elbows are in. Make sure you've got something locked in so your opponent doesn't just squirm away. Punch short punches, but try to make the opponent make a choice. Either he turns back into you, you take your front headlock, or he turns in the opposite direction, you throw your hook in, and you start looking to get a choke off.
So here we are as our next round gets underway. I would have tapped in that previous round, by the way. I would have tapped it.
It was so tight, I cannot believe that he got out of that submission. There's no tell on that leg kick. Great punch.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Oliveira doing the right things defensively. Oh, big roundhouse attempt, but unable to land. Man, look at the redness now, almost immediately on the right side of his body. Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. Oh, and he lands a punch there. Good connect. Taken down by Oliveira. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
He's gonna start trying to move to a submission here. It looks like he's trying to attack an arm triangle. Watch triangle, watch triangle. He needs to push the arm to the side. Get his head against the mat. Now watch, as he goes to the finish, watch his chest go to the mat. He goes flat. Look at that, that's tight.
Wow. Side control now, and certainly I would think more offensive options for the bottom fighter than in the half guard.
Absolutely more offensive options, because now you can just start to get away. You can just go to a wrestle stand-up. Get to your knees, post your hands, don't allow him to get his hooks in, right? Really be aware of the hooks. But get to your hands, stand up, fight the hands, break away and escape. But it's so much more free-flowing than a half guard in the side control.
Oliveira's trying to lock up on a submission now.
He's gonna attack armbar here.
Continuing to try to manipulate the head here.
It's in there deep. There you go.
Brilliant submission defense there. Well, this is exactly the sense of urgency you're looking for. Try to take the judges out of it. He is lighting them up now. Rubber guard form now, DC. Some people believe this is nothing more than a stall tactic. What do you think the offensive fighter is trying to do?
He needs to regain his posture, right? He needs to shove that foot down from around his neck, shove it down, build your base, get that arm free, and then get back to work, trying to advance position to your ground and pound.
Right.
If you play in there, you can find yourself in a lot of danger if you're not careful.
All right, close guard now. You gotta be careful.
His opponent better react right now before it's too late. He's gonna start to attack the triangle choke. Oh, nice. Oh, now he's in trouble.
The sheer will is really remarkable to watch. All right, right into side control here, DC. Biggest difference between half guard and side control?
Well, side control to me feels like a little bit less control because now my legs aren't really doing anything anymore. Now I'm controlling you with my upper body. So I've got to be very, very aware. It's still advantageous, but It just seems a little more free-flowing than having something like a half guard.
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Oh, looks like he's transitioned to an armbar.
You cannot stay in the guard of these great jiu-jitsu guys. Gotta be careful, armbar.
Armbar's been isolated, but he picks him up and slams him down.
He lifted him through the air, slammed him on his back, and moved right into side control to get out of danger.
Beautiful job to not just turn defense into offense, but also to end up in a dominant position. Well, he's got his back now. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Splits the guard, lands the right hand. Oliveira's lower jaw very swollen now. Time to bite down on the mouthpiece and move forward. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy.
Oh, he's attacking choke now.
Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. So the fighter was really caught in a submission there just as the horn sounded. Safe to say he was saved by the bell there. So back to the stools they go. 60 seconds to recover here. We're gonna fight on, ladies and gentlemen. Another round coming up.
Mas o resultado tá fraco. Você tem que se concentrar no contra-ataque. Se você...
All right, now we check out some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about the display of striking?
Just high level. I mean, you would think that we're watching a K1 level kickboxing match opposed to being in the UFC. Both displayed great technical skills, unbelievable striking.
All right, the action continues here and now as our next round gets underway. And man, these guys still look fresh as if they haven't even started fighting. It's pretty impressive.
Both of them have a huge reputation for being fit fighters, and it shows in the way they're approaching round number 2.
Well, he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. He continues to connect on a high volume of strikes here.
Beautiful one.
Well, he has stayed busy and he has stayed accurate. Nice combinations.
Very accurate, a lot of activity, and the hands look phenomenal.
Looked like he clipped him with a left hand counter there. And he caught the kick.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Oh, stuffs the takedown without issue.
Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down. Oh, nice right hand. I mean, he's cutting him down to size with these beautiful leg kicks.
Nice punch there by Oliveira. Try to establish that jab.
That was a thudding leg kick.
How about that shin? Back and forth we go!
Yes, they hurt him in the last round. Same exact one. Look at the angle of that nice body kick.
Man, he's just got a great feel for the striking realm early in this one.
The timing is on point. He's doing a great job of mixing everything up.
Oh, he got that inside leg kick to the target there, DC. You don't want to eat too many of those.
No, you can't. It starts to beat up the inside thigh. That is the technique you use to really slow down your opponent. You don't know when that leg kick's coming.
Oh, nice connection there with a punch, DC.
Great time to land that punch. He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Oliveira. Under 3 minutes remain in round 5. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. All right, has the guard closed here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom. The Kamaru is not the arm, it's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap.
But now DC trying to isolate an arm.
Yep, he's using the Kamaru.
And this might just be a matter of time. Somehow stays He's in the fight. Under 2 minutes now with which to work. All right, working inside the closed guard now. Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Oliveira. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Keeping busy here off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom. All right, good movement by him here on the ground. He really is a master of these transitions.
He is a master of movement on the ground. You never know where he's going to be.
Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here. Just outstanding with the transitions.
He is not staying in one place on the ground, and that's very important.
All right, north-south position now. We'll see who transitions first. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Oliveira. I love watching this guy move on the ground. Another nice transition there.
Such a high-level grappler. You don't see that very often.
Connects with the right hand. Pretty good punch, that one.
Nice right punch by this young man.
Seconds now to go in the fight. Lands with the ground and pound. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Oh, nice work from the bottom. Tags him with the punch. Ferguson's looking to pass from full guard into half guard here, but he's denied. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 49-46. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Tony Ferguson!
All right, nice job by him there as he is your winner via unanimous decision. And sometimes I would think it's easier said than done to just leave the judges out of it. Dominant performance, and he gets his hand raised.
Yeah, and if you got to go to the judges, leave no question, right? Be the person that is so dominant that you know you're getting your hand raised. He did exactly that tonight, and he gets a dominant decision.